Yay. Okay, guys. Well, we are going to get started with our Intro to Oils class. And we're just so pumped that you guys are here with us. I'm going to try to get my notes all pulled up here, as well as my graphics. So give me just 1 minute. I should have done this before I started recording, but that's all right. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Real quick. Sorry, friends. This is.
You're fine.
There we go. Share my screen. Should have practiced this part beforehand. Okay. Okay, I think we're getting there, folks. Okay, so thank you all so much for being here. We are just so excited just to chat about something that me and Katie both love so much. I know, like Dora, you love your oils, and I know that Krista and Alicia, you guys have used oils in the past too. And so I'm just excited that we all get to be on here together and learn and ask questions and all those things. And then I apologize, my notes are on my phone. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my notes. But we just want to kind of start off by talking about why we use Young Living, why me and Katie both chose Young Living. You might be kind of asking yourself some questions like, hey, like, are essential oils even effective? Like, do they even matter if I use them? What makes essential oils different from each other? And even how do I use them in my daily life? And so that's kind of just why, like, some of those questions are why we wanted to do this class. So before we jump into information about essential oils like themselves, we wanted to talk about why Young Living. And so let's see. Young Living's mission statement is to enhance and empower lives around the world by sharing the unique benefits of nature's living energy or essential oils. So this mission was kind of created by their founder, D. Gary Young, who has passed away a couple years ago, but he really just dedicated his life to just learning all that he could about essential oils. And then there are 3 things that set Young Living apart from other companies. First off, it's their pure products, or they have what's called their seed to seal quality commitment. So basically what that says is that they are committed from planting the seed, the soil that they choose, the location of the soil, all the way to distilling that essential oil and getting it in a bottle to your doorstep. They're committed to making that as pure as possible, and going to like extreme lengths. Like for instance, like they actually hand weed their fields. They don't use any pesticides, which is really rare in the world of, I think, farming in general, but essential oils. They are really excited and work at empowering people. So Young Living takes an active role in empowering people around the world. There is a D. Gary Young Foundation where they invest a lot of time and resources into education, fighting to end exploitation. They do a lot of like rehabilitation of children and women who have been in sex trafficking, and then teaching like leadership so that people can have resources kind of to support themselves, and then also protecting the planet. So their goal is to achieve zero waste by using easy to recycle packaging, sustainable farming practices, and supporting organizations that work to protect our planet. So yeah, kind of just a little background about Young Living. Katie, did you want to talk about what are essential oils?
Yeah. So essential oils are the lifeblood of the plant. Young Living oils are pure and very concentrated, and they're just extracted from plants and herbs and trees. And like Summer mentioned, they do have the Seed to Seal quality commitment, which is super important when you're what essential oils that you want to use. And they have 2 processes that they use to get the oils from the plant. And so they do a steam distillation and a like cold press processing. And that really just ensures that the oil that's in your bottle is as pure and as potent as it can be. Something that I think is really interesting is that when you like put an essential oil on, within 20 minutes, if you would look at all the cells in your body, it can be found in every single cell in your body. So with how quickly it moves, I think it is very important to make sure that what you're using is pure oil and not any chemicals or anything added into it like that. With that being said, it is important to note that like not all essential oils are created equal. So if you would go to Target or Amazon or something and you would buy a bottle of lavender, it's not going to be the same as like what Young Living would sell. They have a lot of like fillers and stuff. And even products that you use every day, like your shampoo and your makeup and laundry soap, all that kind of stuff has essential oils in them. But the difference is that like food grade and perfume essential oils they tend to be like synthetic if you just buy them at a store. So they've been like modified or altered in some way. And so the synthetic oils are super harmful to our bodies and our hormones, and they just do a lot more harm than good. So it's just really important that you trust the company that your oils come from and that you trust the companies that like your everyday products come from, whether that's your makeup or your shampoo or your laundry soap or just different things like that. And so then to use them, there are 3 different ways that you can use them. So you can do topically, aromatically, or internally. So topically would be like a really good way to help your body really absorb all the goodness that is in the oil. If you have not used essential oils before and you have sensitive skin, a good place to try it out or like to do a little test spot would be like on your feet maybe, or like a less sensitive area, just in case you were to have some sort of like get like a red spot or some sort of reaction to the oil. But your starter kit, I don't know, I can't see myself, so I don't know if you can see this.
You're fine. I'm going to yeah, there we go. We'll do that for now.
So your starter kit, if you were to get the starter kit, comes with these little roller attachments. And this just really helps if you want to not have to drop the oil on. You can pop this right on the top. Oh. Sometimes they are kind of hard to get in there. There we go. So it just fits on like that, and then you can just roll it right on and then rub it. That is how you can just get it on your body easily. It doesn't have to be on the top of your hand, obviously. But that would come with your starter kit. And then it is important to note that all of Young Living's oils are very concentrated. So a lot of times, if I were to put it on topically, I would dilute it with something. So they sell the V6, oil, but you don't have to get that. Honestly, for the time, I just order like a fractionated coconut oil or something off of Amazon, or even probably like Target or something has some sort of carrier oil that you can use. And then I get just these cheap little rollers on Amazon, and you can fill it up with oils. Well, not all the way up, but you would, I typically would do, I don't know, if I'm doing like an immunity roller and I did thieves and frankincense, I would probably do 10 to 15 oils or drops of each oil. But I like that there's no really set way that you have to use it. There's no rule book, so you can just change and modify to kind of what your body needs and what you like, which I think is really nice. So you'd put your oils in, and then you would fill the rest of it up with your carrier oil, and then you would have a roller. And that's just a fun, easy way to get it used more frequently, I guess, to be more consistent with how you would use it. And then the next way is the aromatically. So basically just breathe them in, get them into your system through your nose. And so when you breathe them in, those molecules are going in your nose, and then they are being absorbed into your bloodstream that way. So that's a good way to get them in quickly, I guess, if you need. So a couple ways to do that is you can just put a couple drops on your hand and then rub your hands together, and then just kind of cup it over your nose and just breathe in a few times that way. Whatever is left on my hands, I like to put like in my hair. Your hair is a really good diffuser just to use throughout the day, like if you're going to be out and about. So you can do that. And then you can also use your diffuser. So if you get the starter kit, it comes with the diffuser. If you don't get the starter kit, you can buy one through Young Living, or even, again, Target or Amazon. They all have diffusers there that you could get. And again, like the rollers, it's not a one size fits all with how many drops you would put into your diffuser. Typically, I would probably do like 6 to 10, depending on what room I was in. Some people like it stronger, some people like it weaker. It really, again, just depends on the person. But then that smell goes all through your house. And then, like I said, those molecules that are going in your nose are spreading throughout the house. And that's just a really good way to continue to breathe them in throughout the day. And then another thing I like to do to breathe them in is kind of like if I'm feeling maybe like under the weather, or I have some sort of cold or something, I would take a bottle of like eucalyptus or thieves or something, and I would steam up a shower, and I would just kind of like shake it onto the walls of the shower and just breathe it in that way. And that's a good way to just support your immune system and open up your lungs and stuff if you are not feeling great. So that's just a fun way to do that one. And then the last way would be internally. So just ingesting them. Some oils I think are best if they are ingested. Not all of them smell the best. Like Digize, for instance, I am not a fan of how that one smells, but I do know that it works. So that might be one that you could put in like these little veggie capsules. They come apart, and you just put a couple drops in one of these. I like to put like whatever cooking oil I have in my kitchen. I like to add that in there because sometimes I've noticed that it like upsets my stomach if I don't dilute it in these little capsules. Not everybody is like that. That's just kind of what I've noticed for myself. And then it is also important that you read the labels when you are ingesting oils. You don't want to just go ingest any oil that you can find. And again, with that, quality is very important. You would not want to ingest a bottle of lemon, I guess, that you would find at Target or Amazon, because that would have a lot of other chemicals and fillers in it. It wouldn't just be the pure lemon essential oil. So if you were to add like some drops of citrus to your water, you could, you would add a couple drops to your water, but then with that, it is important that you use like a glass or stainless steel cup. You don't want to use plastic. Since the oils are super concentrated, you don't want the oils to like break down the plastic in your cup and get in your water. Not that there would be like chunks of plastic or anything, but over time, those chemicals and the plastic would be released into your drinking water. And then I don't remember if I said this or not. Young Living has a vitality line out. So that is just a good way to help differentiate the oils that are safe and ones that you may not want to ingest necessarily. So they have made it easy to be able to tell those different ones apart, which I think is really helpful.
Awesome. Great. So I just wanted to go over just a few oils that I use every day, that I sort of like literally have this little baggie of oils with me all the time, and are ones that are always in it. And then I was going to say real quick, the vitality line that Katie was talking about. Basically, Young Living made a line of oils that were labeled for internal use to comply with FDA standards. So that those are the bottles with the white labels on them. It's the same exact oil. So this is the DiDrise oil Katie was talking about. It's the same exact oil as if it was not the vitality line. All they were trying to do is to differentiate for the FDA. Okay, these are the oils that you can ingest, and it's labeled specifically for this. Like Katie was saying, like all of the oils from Young Living are safe to ingest. It's just some of them maybe like the best use wouldn't be ingesting. Like for instance, like if you have a really sore muscle, like yes, you can just like shake some peppermint in your mouth, but like it's going to be more effective to put the peppermint on your sore muscle. Let's see. Okay, so I was just going to go over a few oils real quick, and then we'll kind of wrap it up and open it up for questions or anything, any comments or whatever it may be. So first off, one of the oils that I find myself using every single day is DiDrise. This is one that Katie had mentioned that doesn't smell very good, but I will push through the bad smell because it works so well. So ways that you can use it. This is like, I did not do this for the first several years that I used essential oils, but I wish I would have sooner. Literally putting a drop on my thumb and sticking it to the roof of my mouth anytime my stomach is upset. That helps within 5 minutes. I always have it on me at work, and so many of my coworkers like come and like use it. You could also apply it directly to your stomach, with or without a Curia oil, kind of up to your discretion and what feels good on your skin. If you have more sensitive skin, you're going to want to dilute the oils. And then if you're using them on kiddos, I always dilute on kids, just to be a little bit more cautious. But on myself, there are a lot of oils that I use just right out of the bottle. But that did take a little bit of time to just like check them out in small spots and say, okay, does this cause my skin to be a little bit red, or am I fine just using it straight out of the bottle? Everybody's a little bit different with that. So DiDrise is awesome. I swear by DiDrise. Next up is Thieves. So this is the blend, the first oil that I ever started using. It's incredible for immune support. Different ways you can use it. I love to diffuse Thieves. I like to make Thieves tea. So if I ever feel like my throat's a little bit scratchy, or I find myself falling below the wellness line, I get a mug of hot water, a little bit of honey, and I do some Thieves oil. And a lot of times I'll put some lemon oil in it as well. You also can just roll it straight on your body. Thieves is one that the oils are a little bit stronger in it. The clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So it's a simple blend of oils, but they can be a little bit stronger. So I like to dilute Thieves and roll it on the bottoms of my feet and then up and down my spine. Next up is lemon. I, like Katie was talking about putting citrus oils in your water. I do that all the time. Every time I'm drinking water, um, some of my friends call it my special water because I put a little pinch of salt and some citrus oil of some sort. And if you know me, I'm not a huge measurer. So like, I'll tell you what I do, but I honestly like, it's all very like relative. I'm like, oh, I do a few drops. Do I actually count? Not really. I just kind of dash it in there till it looks good. And any citrus oil really, I love to put in my water, but lemon is like my favorite. Peppermint, I really love. It's really good for upset stomach, but then also just like if you're out and about and you're like, I really wish I could brush my teeth right now, but you can't. I take my peppermint, I put it, my mom would literally kill me if she saw me do this on video, but I put a drop on my hand and just lick it. And it's like freshens your breath like immediately. And then the last oil that I wanted to go over was Valor. This is, I just like honestly just love the way I feel after I put Valor on, and I love the way it smells. It is really cool color. It has blue tansy in it. So if you can see, it's like a deep blue color. And it is formulated to promote like feelings of courage and calmness. And then it is also really good for muscle relaxation. So I know a lot of people will roll Valor up and down their spine or around tight muscles, and it really does help to relax them. So all of the oils that I went over, honestly, I do use them like every day. They all are a part of a bundle that Young Living has put together. Honestly, I do love this bundle. It has 12 oils, a diffuser, and a membership to Young Living. But at the same time, like there are so many ways that you can get oils into your home, or if you're like, hey, oils aren't for me, I want to kind of detox like what cleaning products I use, like that's also an option too. Really, me and Katie's goal is to just meet you where you're at. So if you have just one goal, like for instance, like I want to start using oils on my kids, like what oils are best for that? Or I want to start like with a couple supplements, like what is the best thing for that? Like that is our heart in this, is to get you started and get the tools in your hands that are going to help you most. So yeah, that being said, I love the bundle, but there are also so many options. So don't feel like this bundle doesn't sound good to me, I want to do something else. Like we can definitely help you with that. And I'm going to throw a link into the group chat at the end, that you can just like browse the website and see like what works for you, if anything. Another thing I always like to mention is their Subscribe to Save program. It's really awesome because there are no limits, and you don't have to do it every month. So you can subscribe every 3 months to like a bottle of Thieves. And if that's all you use, that's all you have to do, and you earn 10% back in points on your account. I really like the Subscribe to Save because it gets me consistently using oils and products that are supporting me and my family's wellness. And I do get to build up those points to then spend in the future on different things. Let me just double check if there's anything else I wanted to touch on. Let's see. Awesome. Katie, anything else that you wanted to talk about real quick before we open it up for question and answers?
No, I think we touched on everything we were going to talk about a little bit.
Perfect. Yay. Okay, well, we're just going to open it up. If you guys have any questions, anything we said that was confusing to you, anything you just want to learn more about, whatever it may be, this is your time to ask any questions.
So when you dilute an oil, does that make it less potent? So like we put Thieves on our feet in the morning and whatnot. But like, are you basically getting the same benefits when you dilute it, or?
Yeah. So a couple different reasons why you dilute. First off is to make it more comfortable on your skin. Like you talked about, Thieves is really good to dilute because the clove and it's cinnamon. I think clove and cinnamon are just a little bit, they're called hot oils. So they just can be a little bit more harsh on your skin. So number one reason you could dilute is for comfortability on your skin. Number two is to make your oils last longer. Number three, it really just slows the absorption of the essential oil onto your skin. So it doesn't like lessen the effectiveness. It's just working on your body in a little bit slower of a way so that it isn't harsh on your skin. So essential oils are attracted to the most readily available fat. So if you don't have a carrier oil, it's going to be attracted to your skin. And so some oils, it just doesn't matter. Like Valor, I will slather myself in this and like don't even think about diluting it. But the ones that are a little bit stronger, you might want to consider diluting it, and that just slows the absorption so it's more comfortable on your skin.
Okay, so calmness in kids.
Oh
We've
yeah.
kind of talked about this / like anxiety in adults.
Yeah.
What are like good oils for that?
Yeah. So I'll go first, and then Katie, if you have anything to add too. Oils for kids that I really, really love. Gentle Baby. I'm like obsessed with Gentle Baby. I use it on myself all the time before bed. And then also anytime we have kiddos, I roll it on them like 2 or 3 times a day. Kids Power, I think it's Kid Power. That is an awesome oil. People say it's kind of like Valor, like specifically for kids, but I know like so many people who put Valor on their kids and so many people who put Kid Power like on themselves. Let's see. Peace and Calming is another really popular one for both kids and adults. And then Stress Away. I feel like that's also like a very popular one for both kids and adults.
Mhm.
And you can diffuse all of those or put them on topically or both.
You
Another-
dilute those kids ones?
Say that again.
The kid ones, do you have to dilute those, or are those already diluted?
So Kids Power, let me double check. I honestly don't know. The Kids Sense line comes already diluted. And this one, the Kid Power is not diluted. So I typically just make a roller up. I get the ones that Katie showed on Amazon, but I also like to get the 5 ml too for like kids or for like giving gifts or something. And I can throw the links too in the class. But I probably would just dilute it for kids just to be cautious.
Another thing that I like to use like for myself for anxiety is they have like a CBD line. So I really love the CBD roller. So I just roll that like on my forearms and on like the back of my neck. And that seems to help me quite a bit. They also have like this dropper that you can put under your tongue. I personally have not tried that one. I've heard a lot of really good things about it. But that could be another option to try, is their CBD line.
Okay, I'll jump in again. So do you have to do the starter kit to do like the membership or to order things? I've already gotten a starter kit in the past. So
You don't. So
Okay.
what I typically like to do when friends in my life are wanting to get
Yeah.
oils, I spend like 5-10 minutes talking to them, and then I send them a custom link of what they think they're wanting. And then you literally just add to your cart what you want and create an account. You can choose to subscribe. You don't have to subscribe. But that's like, they've made a lot of changes since maybe you got a starter kit.
yeah.
And you can just create an account with whatever you're wanting.
Okay.
Do you guys have a water bottle that you recommend? 'Cause my thing
I
is
just use
my- okay.
the jar.
Okay.
But I
this-
know with kids, it's
The
harder.
straw would have to be not plastic as well, correct?
You could do like a stainless steel or like a glass straw.
Yeah.
That's what I do, but I typically like just use mason jar with like one of their leak proof lids that I will say is not quite leak proof. They say it's not true. It does, if you get the skinny ones, I think these are from Hobby Lobby. It's like hard to find these skinny ones. I think they're 24 ounce. They will fit in most cup holders, which is like the issue with the quart size jars. They don't. I'm trying to think, like, honestly, like if you want something with like a really tight seal lid, like Yetis are like, I mean, there's so many like stainless steel water bottles out there, but you get like a Yeti or Hydro Flask or kind of whatever brand you choose. Like a stainless steel is like just as good as glass.
So like with those water bottles, for example, I have stainless steel, but I'm sure the top part is like plastic. So then
Yeah.
a good choice.
So yeah, if you're gonna put citrus oils in your water, I would recommend not having plastic at all, just because it can start to break it down. And you can get particles like in your water and you might not like realize it. And then too, it might actually like change, like for instance, if you have like a seal on the top of your water bottle lid, it might actually like change it. And so it's like gonna like break down the plastic. And so it's like not gonna like have the same amount of like elasticity that it had before, if that makes sense. I can do some like digging though to see like if there's anything out there that like has a straw that I don't know, because like when I've had like kids with me, it's like so hard to like get all their stuff and then get my water and like not spill it and all those things. So I will definitely do some research and see if there's anything I find that seems to work. Any other questions that anybody has? It's okay if you don't, I'm not offended. Awesome. Well, feel free to reach out if you have questions that come up later. I'm going to throw some links into the group message that we had started. And then if you're confused or there's something else you want to see on that link, let me know and I will change it for you. But thank you guys so much for being here. Me and Katie love sharing about oils. And so it's just so fun to have other people like excited about it too. So yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank y'all.